welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermes scarf style, knot tutorials, and more. Before we get started, let me give a shout out to all the channel members and special welcome to any new knot connoisseurs and elegant insiders. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the membership options. In this video, I thought I'd shift gears a bit and take a look at some Hermes scarf replicas I found on eBay. I buy these occasionally to see what the counterfeiters are up to. Somebody commented not that long ago that they put the dupes they buy on their dog, which made me laugh. I tend to use mine as do-rags when I'm baking. At any rate, we'll take a look at the two examples that I bought recently and do a compare and contrast with the real deal. Let's get started. First things first, and you'll understand why I'm spending time on this in a minute. Generally, a dupe or replica is an item that has similarities to a designer item but doesn't copy logos or trademark features. It's usually easily distinguishable compared to the real thing, giving the same vibe as the designer item but doesn't claim to be the original branded product. Dupes might be found at popular retail sites and online stores, and generally these are not illegal. On the other hand, a counterfeit copies trademark details and logos. Sometimes it's nearly impossible to tell if it's a fake, especially in photos. Bad actors may try to pass it off as the real thing, which obviously you need to be wary of if you're shopping pre-loved. And counterfeits are illegal. People may have different views on this, but for me, it's about promoting a relatively safe shopping environment for pre-loved designer items. Platforms like eBay do have a reporting mechanism for copyright infringement, which I encourage you to use when you find things like this. Both examples that I'll share I bought from an overseas eBay seller. This first one looks a lot like La Vallee de Cristal by Ugo Bienvenu from Fall-Winter 2023. This colorway in particular I recall being especially hard to find. Looking at the listing, first, they don't mention Hermes anywhere, and for $25 US, it's a fraction of what a real one would cost. It's also listed as a cashmere silk mix and a 26-inch square. Comparing to the real thing, it's obviously the wrong size at 26 inches versus a 36-inch carré. Plus, I wish you could feel this fabric. This is one of those instances where you know immediately by touch that this couldn't possibly be real. The 90-centimeter La Vallee de Cristal is silk twill. And remember that this dupe was advertised as a cashmere silk mix. It has a decent weight to it, but the feel is quite different than an Hermes cashmere silk mix. It's almost stretchy, even a bit spongy feeling, which is weird. I was also interested to see the hems. They are rolled forward like an Hermes scarf would be, but if you look closely, you can see long stitches on the backside, which is far from the quality, even stitch that Hermes's roulettes produce. The other thing that I wanted to highlight is the care tag, which is close to what a real one would look like, but in this case, it does actually say Made in China. Also, you'd never see a sloppy tack stitch like this on the real deal. I have to believe that the Vallee de Cristal design is copyrighted, but this one isn't presenting itself as something real, nor does it have the scarf title or the original design or say Hermes anywhere on it. They've made minor changes to the design, but I'm not sure if that's enough to save it from copyright infringement. Certainly, if you glance at it, this is a facsimile of Mr. Bienvenu's design. This next one is a Twilly that, in the photos, looks a lot like the 2022 Bengata design by Natsuno Hidaka. Again, looking at the listing, first, they didn't mention Hermes anywhere. It's advertised as, quote, quality 18 mom silk. Mom weight is defined as the weight in pounds of a piece of silk fabric that's 45 inches wide and 100 yards long. This measurement helps in determining the heaviness and thickness of the silk. Silk fabrics typically have mom weights ranging from 6 millimeters to 30 millimeters, with higher numbers indicating a denser, heavier, and often higher quality fabric. Generally, a higher mom weight suggests better quality silk, as it is denser and contains more silk threads. Hermes doesn't disclose the mom weight of their silk, although reportedly, on average, a single 90-centimeter carré contains around 450 kilometers, that's approximately 280 miles, of silk thread. I don't have this colorway, but I do have this design in my collection. And again, on first touch, if you've handled real Hermes scarves, you immediately feel the difference. It's also a bit wider and longer than the real thing. And I have similar comments as the previous one about the care tag and stitching, although this one does say made in France. But here's the thing, this one also does have Hermes Paris printed on it, which makes it a counterfeit. The print is almost indistinguishable from the real design. And again, because of this, you can imagine someone on a digital marketplace trying to pass it off as the real thing, which obviously we want to avoid being taken for a ride like that. Hopefully, this has been helpful. So there you have it, a compare and contrast of some replica scarves versus the real deal. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, tutorials, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!